Sawadee krap, I'm JP Mestanza, and today is Friday, December 6th. Today marks the release of the latest edition of the Phuket News English language newspaper, as well as our Russian language sister paper, Novosti Phuketa. Today also marks the release of our lifestyle magazine, Window on Phuket. Grab your copy at locations around the island. You're watching Phuket Xtra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. Police in Patong are now looking into what led to a knife fight that saw two men injured and left one of them with a knife still lodged in his waist. The fight took place shortly after 6:30 a.m. near the Nanai Bridge on Soi 8 of Prameta Road on Wednesday morning. Police arrived on the scene along with emergency responders from Kusodon Foundation and found one man with a knife still embedded in his waist, but he was still breathing. He was rushed to Patong Hospital, where police also found the second man, who was allegedly part of the knife fight, according to reports. That man, identified as 25-year-old Ratatamanun Chaunmank, also suffered a stab wound to his abdomen, and he was being treated on at the hospital. In their investigation, so far, police learned that the two men were rivals who got into a heated argument not far from the initial location where police responded. The argument escalated and a chase ensued, culminating in the violent knife fight at Nanai Bridge. Police are now investigating further to uncover the full circumstances of what took place, with the aim of taking legal action. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Complaints have been lodged over possible forced encroachment at the tourist popular Sam Ao 3 Base viewpoint in Karon that unidentified local leaders are operating hotels and restaurants in the protected forest area, and the Phuket Land Department has little to no information about it. The complaint alleges that the protected forest area near the Sam Ao 3 Base viewpoint in Karon's Soi Lam Mum Nai is allegedly being encroached upon by a hotel and a restaurant. In addition, a separate complaint mentions unauthorized well drilling in forest land at Soi Patak 24. In each case, the complaint alleges that the projects are those of, quote, local leaders who were not named in the complaints. A high-level meeting at the Phuket Provincial Ombudsman's office took place on Tuesday between forest officials, PPAO officials, and the Secretary General and Deputy Secretary General of the National Office of the Ombudsman, along with the Phuket Vice Governor Samawit Supanpai. During the meeting, officials reviewed findings from earlier inspections and discussed legal and ethical violations allegedly committed by local leaders in Karon. However, concerns were raised about incomplete information provided by the Land Department and the Phuket Provincial Land Office, which officials at the meeting said needed clarifying. Still, officials at the meeting say they need further investigation into the accused leaders' land use and business activities at the site. And while agencies were urged to expedite legal action if violations were confirmed, the lack of information from the Phuket Land Department has stymied much of the progress in this case, for now. For more, visit thephuket.news.com.
I was sure that it'll be easier to clear you from my mind. I wish you fall out from the window, take a bad trip to the ground. Ooh. And in the pleasure, see your pressure just before you break a bone.
1 billion baht is being set aside for the expansion of Central Phuket Floresta, known locally as New Central, which would add 20,000 square meters of space. Retail and property developer Central Patana PLC is earmarking the additional billion Thai baht for the expansion. The additional 20,000 square meters of space would expand the Central Phuket Floresta Mall to a total of 200,000 square meters, with the new space intended to be used for luxury retail brands, which they say would increase from 16 to 25 at the island's biggest shopping destination. A spokesman for the company says this would make Central Phuket the only luxury mall outside of Bangkok to have this many luxury brands, as Thailand's luxury market is projected to grow by 6.15%, outpacing Singapore's luxury market. This is another marker for Phuket, as the island's economy and tourism sector generates the most money outside of Bangkok. This year, Phuket is projected to generate nearly 500 billion baht, an increase of 28% from last year, where the island generated 388 billion baht. This also represents a projected 16% growth in tourist arrivals for the island. Phuket also has the highest spending per tourist in all of Thailand, even more than Bangkok, averaging 34,336 baht per visitor, according to figures from the Bangkok Post. The island also has the highest gross provincial product (GPP) per person in all of Southern Thailand. Phuket's GPP growth for 2024 is projected to approach 20%, significantly outpacing the national average. Land prices in Phuket have also skyrocketed 700% over the last 20 years, according to reports, with prime locations such as Rawai Beach and the Bang Tao area emerging as hotspots for high-end real estate investment. However, the rising traffic issues and the central government's unwillingness to recognize Phuket's status as a consistent revenue generator for the country has led them to send a paltry sum of just over 120 million baht for the island's infrastructure from the fiscal budget, a disparity over the actual revenue generated by the island. For more, visit thephuket.com. Plans to construct the region's first government cancer treatment facility at Vachira Phuket Hospital just got a big boost after two major donations totaling 1.5 million baht were presented this week to support the project. The donations were received at an event on Thursday led by Phuket Governor Sopon Suwanarat. The initiative aims to raise 290 million baht for the 6-story building, which will house a radiation therapy department, nuclear medicine facilities, a chemotherapy unit, as well as inpatient wards. Spanning 9,000 square meters, the facility will be located on a 5-rai plot of donated land along Pracha Uttit Road, just 4 kilometers from Vachira Phuket Hospital. The new cancer center promises to significantly improve treatment accessibility, increase survival rates, and enhance the quality of life for cancer patients in the region. At the event this week, Lincoln Rakchon and family donated 500,000 Thai baht, while Wirat Songsen, the managing director of Mungtara Beach Resort Co. Ltd., contributed 1 million baht to the project. The chairman of the Vachira Phuket Hospital Development Committee explained that they need 150 million baht by February to begin the first phase of construction, with the aim of completing and delivering their first radiation therapy by September 2026. Every year, Vachira Phuket Hospital sees 1,000 new cancer cases, half of which need radiation therapy. But for years, due to a lack of treatment options at the hospital, these patients need to be referred to distant provinces as far as Bangkok and as close as Surat Thani, increasing patient expenses. The new cancer center would allow Vachira Phuket Hospital to handle all of the new cases while also treating patients from nearby provinces like Phang Nga and Krabi. Those wishing to donate can support the construction fund through the following bank account on your screen. Donations are eligible for double tax deductions under Thai law. For more, visit thephuket.com. We really appreciate you joining us here today on this edition of Phuket Extra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. Have an incredible weekend out there, and we'll see you back here next week. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000, and luxury properties can go all the way up to 20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks-and-mortar investment offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.